Enough is enough. Let's finally learn how to do a drop knee turn. I've been putting off doing drop knee turns for a while because doing new maneuvers, it hinders my nose riding. Often when you're trying new maneuvers, you will lose the wave, you'll wipe out, and I hate doing that. They also seemed like more of a novelty turn, but now that I'm slightly more experienced, I do see the functional benefit they serve. In this video, I'm going to discuss the benefit of a drop knee turn, and then of course head out for a quick session and see if I could finally start implementing this technique. If this is something you're trying to learn as well, at the end of the video, I'll share with you the 2 key tips that I figured out today that should get you started in the right direction. I find that when taking off on a backside wave, the bottom turn and stall can be a bit awkward. What I've been doing lately is just sticking my back foot as far back as I can get it and just pressing on the tail as well as on one side of the rail or the other. And that seems to whip the board pretty good, but it often puts you in a weird position to start cross-stepping, and that's where I think the drop knee turn comes in handy. Since you need to open your shoulders to get into the drop knee position, by the time you complete the turn, you're already in the proper cross-stepping position. With my old way for a backside turn, my shoulders are often left facing the beach, which makes starting the cross steps a little more awkward and difficult. And I think that trying to practice this turn will give me more awareness of where my feet are on the board and where I'm positioned front or back on the board. So anytime you're trying new maneuvers like this, even if you fail completely, doing new things always helps learn your board better and gives you a better understanding of how pressing on different types of the board makes the board react. Well, I've been sitting in my car for about 20 minutes now because I got to the beach too early and I can't see anything. So I'm also driving my wife's van today because this is actually my second attempt trying to shoot this video. On the first attempt, I never made it to the beach because the alternator in my truck died. But luckily I had Chris, the drone pilot, who instead of being a drone pilot that day, he became the guy who picked me up from the side of the road. One thing I like to do when trying new maneuvers for the first time is to practice my form on a skateboard. In my opinion, a skateboard is the best on-land practice for longboarding because it closely resembles surfing. For example, the same cross-stepping mistakes I make while surfing, I also make on a skateboard. Enough practice, let's go out and try it for real. Most of my first attempts today were more of a regular turn, drop knee turn hybrid. I also struggled a bit with the speed and how much weight to distribute into the turn, which of course led to falling off the side many times.
Take your time. I'm not gonna make you climb down. Digging deep down to turn out.
After trying too hard to force the turn, I decided to slow things down and just focus on form. I just said to myself, Brian, you dope, just drop your knee down, stick your toes on the tail, and hold that position. This is when things ever so slowly started to improve. Even though I was improving, I was sick of screwing up the waves and really just wanted to start nose riding. But I stuck to the task and finally got rewarded with these 2 waves.
There's more than meets the eye, you say. You're not what you appear to be. They don't know you like I do. No one knows but me.
These 2 waves really proved my theory that a drop knee turn really sets you up well to start cross-stepping.
It's no cry.
After this wave, my board was begging to be cross-stepped. What I realized is that a properly performed drop knee turn not only gets your body in the right position, but it also stalls the board perfectly. It's a 2-for-1. The first thing I would do when trying to learn this turn is to get the form down on land first. Start in a surfing position and then straighten your shoulders, place the ball of your foot on the tail, and bend both knees to get into this position. Practice this as much as you can on land before you get out into the water. If you're still struggling to do this in the water, then I would switch all of your focus into just getting your back foot into this position. When things were looking grim for me today, just thinking about this foot position helped quite a bit. Fin selection can change everything when it comes to a drop knee turn, so watch this video next to see exactly what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching. See you next week.